How's it going, everyone? Back with another stream today. We are playing some more Pioneer Black Green Rock, and today we are testing a card called Raven Eagle from the new set. Avatar is officially out. Oh, thanks for the raid, Mike. Really appreciate it. Good timing. We just started the stream. For those who don't know, my name is KO Diamonds. I play Black Green Rock in Pioneer, Modern, every format, Commander. And today we're testing a new card from the set called the Raven Eagle. And this is kind of similar to Graveyard Trespasser in the sense that it comes into play and when it attacks, it exiles a card from the graveyard. But the difference between Graveyard Trespasser and Raven Eagle is this generates card advantage. If you exile a creature, instead of like gaining a life, you create a clue. And then whenever you draw your second card, you drain your opponent for one. So it's very similar to Graveyard Trespasser, but this has flying. But it has one less power. So there's like pros and cons for this card. And I think the cool thing about this card is it kind of pairs well with a lot of our other cards in the deck. Like Unholy Addicts is pretty good on its own, but if you have your engine going along with the Raven Eagle, you can drain for 3. We have like Dread Knight, where we could Dread Whispers, and that's where you actually can net loss of 0 life and actually drain your opponent for 1 if you have a Raven Eagle plus Monster Dread Knight. And then from there, it's just I think the evasion is really interesting. This is a deck that outside of like the 6/6 demon, it's kind of nice to have this fly over, just to have like another evasive threat. I trying like other cards in this slot. I've been trying like Gix. I already had like Archfiend of the Dross. I really like that configuration. But again, this is just a new card, a new toy, and if you notice, like in Black Green Rock specifically, it's really difficult to trigger revolt compared to something like Rakdos, where you have Blood Tithe Harvester, where you can create blood tokens. Yeah, Fable of the Mirror, creating a goblin that makes treasure tokens. So there's a lot of ways to enable revolt at instant speed. Black Green doesn't really have that. So being able to make a clue and having a revolt enabler is something that is welcome, at least in my initial testing. Um, if like I think before we had like Sentinel the Nameless City. For those that don't know, that's a 3-drop that makes map tokens on ETB and attack. And the thing about it is map tokens are only sorcery speed, so if you need something at instant speed, it's a little bit difficult. So this is just a cool card that I want to try out. I've already been testing it for the past couple of days since it was out. The set was about 2 days ago. And my initial impressions are like this card does like a lot, but not a lot at the same time, if that makes sense. Where like there's a lot of things that are going on. Like it has yard hate, it has card advantage, it has evasion. Like this is a lot. At the same time, like 2 power is pretty anemic, so that's kind of like the drawbacks of this card. But I want to stream it just to kind of have the data out there for people to kind of consume and watch. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. I'll respond after the ad's over. Yeah, sorry, Ferret. I've never watched a single episode of Avatar. Sorry. I feel like I probably offended a lot of people by saying that. I'm sorry. No companion, right? Oh, there's a companion. Yorion. Okay, well, I'm probably gonna lose this game and match, and I'm gonna bottom this fatal push. I mean, you hope to draw a land off the top. We can't go to 5 in this matchup. This is probably the blue, black. I think I just take the Narset. We just 1 for 1. I think the Pioneer meta is like has been actually really interesting in my opinion. The Because of the fact that there's been a lot of like subtle innovation that goes on. I feel like the consensus on Reddit or whatever is always like, "Oh, Pioneer's stale. It's only Izzet Phoenix and Rakdos and blah 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 blah." I just don't think that's true. I think there's a lot of cool innovation that's going on. I think the recent ones like Pioneer's version of Amulet. Um, That's like a relatively new deck, and thanks for the sub, Steven. Appreciate it. Where's the Badger World Cup? I do want to play Modern and try that out in Modern at some point. So this is awkward. Um, so I do want to try that as of note, but it's like it's one of those things where like um, there's like a lot of cool decks like people who don't play um, Pioneers like what is this deck, right? I think this deck is in itself pretty cool. It's a Yorion build that utilizes like blink effects. You don't really see much of it right now, but it sometimes runs stuff like nowhere to run and just like other like ETB enchantments. It's really cool. Um, Hopeless Nightmare is another one. I think I have to keep my throat for Yorion. So I think I'm gonna discard the Slasher. And we'll just try to race and try to get a land. Thank you. Actually, on second thought, if they flicker Yorion, they're gonna flicker this, have to discard their throat, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Um, we're probably gonna lose this game just because we didn't hit our land drop, which is kind of the same for multiple things. But I think like the Pioneer meta is already really interesting. So then from there, it's kind of like um, from there, I think it's just like after the ban of Heartfight Hero, I think it's just even more interesting. Mod shouldn't have ads. That is true, and I don't know how to change that setting. I apologize. I wish there was a way for me to change it. If someone knows, I'll gladly. Okay. I really knew that go to the I discarded. I'm at works half lurking. No worries. Honestly, the farm isn't seeing a ton of play. There's probably a lot more room for splashing around. It's true. It's very true. 6. So I can. I'll just attack. I can't really. What does this do again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'll animate. And then I'll force the push here. If they even push. They don't push. I'm not gonna destroy anything. I don't want to enable Fatal Push. I'm not gonna draw a card because I've died on Yorion. So I'm just gonna target my Mutavault. Sky Noodle is indeed legal in this format. As weird as that is. Are we going to survive at 1 life? They're scrying. Top bottom. Okay. Are we dead? You know, for a game where we were stuck on 1 land, like this game got pretty close, huh? This game was pretty close. But yeah, appreciate everyone coming in for a mic stream. Hope y'all are having a good Friday, and hopefully this Pioneer content is. Ooh. Hopefully this Pioneer content is wonderful, because I think Pioneer is a really cool format. What is going on? What am I playing around? I kind of want to play Shieldred. This is only sorcery speed. They have push for one threat. So they probably have another removal spell for Glissa. So if they go push removal spell, I can't win anyway. If they have double removal spell, I can't win. Or sorry, if they have a way to destroy Glissa, I can't win. Anyway. So let's just full send and just see what happens. Oh, that Wandering Emperor. Damn. Okay. Okay, okay. I'll conceal the information that I shielded, even though it's probably obvious. Invoke Despair. Probably some tears. I think I just brought all the fatal pushes. We didn't see any creatures in the graveyard or in play. It was just all these duders. I could see a world where I'm boarding Culling Ritual just to wipe up like the Hopeless Nightmares, the Nowhere to Runs, and the Storm Chaser talents. I can see a world where we board that in. Let's just chill. Noodle is legal. I might actually play the format again. Honestly, I personally enjoy Pioneer more than Modern, and I think that's a really really unpopular opinion. And maybe that's just because the deck that I play is actually playable in this format, and that probably has a huge influence on it. Um, I also it just reminds me of old Modern, and I think that's a huge selling point. I think for me. Let me Thoughtseize, I guess. Popular opinions are the best opinions. Is that right? The hot takes. People are only here for the hot takes. They don't want to get the extra damage for the Omen. Interesting. Oh crap! Not that card. My computer's lagging. My computer is lagging. Sure. But I don't know. It's just like I think when you have Eldrazi and Titan and stuff in the format, and then like Ephemerate, it's just like all these like really really powerful value engines. It's just like kind of difficult to compete. Um, in a format where it's like I want to do these types of things, right? So it's nothing against Modern specifically. I think it's just what I want to do when I play the game. And I want to play Fair Magic, and like this is the only format where you can kind of do that viably. I'll still play Modern. I do want to try out the Badgermole Cub on a serious note. Sure. Take my Annex. I'm so sad. Did they put Yorion in hand? That'd be interesting. There's no creatures in the graveyard for my Raven Eagle, which is awkward, to say the least. Glissa. I'm assuming they will block, because they can just make another duder here. I sounds like they are in a... Seems like they're in a bind. Maybe I should attack with the Mutavault instead of holding up. Go for a throw. And this is like kind of like the awkward spot of Raven Eagle that I experienced in my testing, where it kind of has spots where it just does nothing. And when it does nothing, like I'd rather have the 3 power in Graveyard Trespasser than the 2 power in Raven Eagle. So Rock is just not good in Modern, so it's completely understandable. Pioneer's fair magic. I think I'm not saying Pioneer is fair. What I'm saying is I think um you can play fair magic in this format. Like I could play, Thoughtseize, Glissa, and still win games. Not to say that I can't do that in Modern. Like I think Modern is like I can. Um, it's just a lot more tougher. The hill climb is a lot more. I will push you. All right, now. Oh, I don't have enough another black source for this. Not that it'd be that good right now. Let's do this. I'll eat a Yorion, create a clue, crack a clue, drain for one. Maybe get a black source here. Nope, I get a decay. Interesting. Modern is tough right now. It's objectively good format. Yeah, I think that's where like I don't think a good format should be defined by diversity. It should be diverse. It should be a good format should be defined by gameplay. And the only knack I have against Pioneer is Yorion is still legal, which I think is a mistake. And I think Treasure Cruise being legal is also a mistake. But the format as a whole, like I think gameplay is a lot more fun. Like we're at like turn 6 of this game, and like it's very really interesting, right? Um, I think it's interesting. So I'm gonna abrupt decay whatever they target with this town name big enough. So there's no creatures I don't think anymore. Yeah. Take that out. Diversity in the sense that if you play blue, you play Riddler or lose. If you play red, you play Core Stealer or you lose. If you play white, you play blah, 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 you lose. Yeah, I agree with that. I will decay that. Sure. You take 6, go to 11, down to 5. I have 2 mutavaults. And I think that's the thing too, is like I feel like because of the need of blue, i.e. you need oh my god, I'm like blanking. Oh my gosh. The 1 mana blue spell that counters color spells. Why am I blanking on that card? I can picture the art in my head. This is how long I haven't played Modern for. Oh no. Um, this is not good for me. Oh, cool. I didn't have it. um, Consign, yes, thank you. Consign is the like I've noticed that like I essentially have to splash blue to compete against like colors though. Because I felt like before you can compete with like Damping Sphere against Tron and Ambulance, or like you can kind of like get by just sticking to your colors, which is kind of like my brand, right? Like I want to play black green in this specific play style, and it's like it's tough to do that with the power creep in that format. What the fuck? Is this the exact same hand? What is happening? I can't go to 5. We're gonna lose this game. It's okay. I play a lot of Black Green Rock in the tournament practice lobby. I like I still like playing modern, but like if you had to ask me what I like more, we're gonna lose this game for sure. I just enjoy Pioneer more, just because. I mean, this is I think is a bad example, just because we're getting absolutely bombed by the shuffler here. But overall, I think this type of gameplay where like we're going to like turn 10, and it's like all very interesting, is I think good. Okay, we're probably dead. The pay to play Riddler plus consign memory. I heard that the quantum Riddlers are quite expensive. Did I board in my? I did board in my Terra Centers. Beautiful, best card in Pioneer. It might honestly, I with um with uh with Unholy Annex, you're probably not wrong. All right, we're going full send because if they have the removal spell for my shielded, I still need to do this anyway. So Uh, I should hold up Mutavault here. Wow, we won this game. What is happening? I wow. I was gonna say I was gonna play. Um, this is where it's like it's nice to know the format too. Here this is a spot where like you would instinctively might play Overgrown Toon Tap just to save life. But there's two things. One, I think this game is either going to end the next turn and I win, or like they just don't have the answer, or I'm just gonna lose. Like I only have Shielders Edict. I need like, and they have like 6 cards in hand. Like they're probably gonna like just snowball advantage. So I think that next turn is so critical. Where like you playing the Ogre tap to save 2 life, I don't think is meaningful in the grand scheme of things. But I think this point is less important. I think the point I'm trying to make is the card that you're really trying to play around is the card that makes you sacrifice a creature. It's a black enchantment. Oh my gosh, is this happen when you're just like mentally not uh awake? Can't remember any. Momentum breaker. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna pull up because for people who don't actually know Pioneer, because I feel like there's people from the raid. There's a card called Momentum Breaker where each opponent sacrifices a creature. So this is a card where I'm gonna play Death Cap Glade, and then if they have some combination of like Fatal Push plus that, I can just hold a Mutable and prevent the sacrifice. So I can just sacrifice a Mutable instead. So that's a card I'm kind of like playing around. Not not when you play Black Green Rock. It is not. Wow. I did lose against this like Sultai Quantum Riddler deck in Pioneer. It had like Up the Beanstalk, Quantum Riddler, the Green Overlord. It was a pretty cool deck. I think that's the thing. I think like this format is like so unexplored. Like it had, I posted it in my Discord. It had Quantum Riddler, Up the Beanstalk, Thoughtseize, Go for the Throat. Um, so the black was for the discard spells, removal spells. Blue was for Quantum Riddler, and the green was for Up the Beanstalk. It was like a really cool list. I was a huge fan. Black. So I kind of want to lead on Thoughtseize first because if there's a creature that I want to take, I want to take that, and then if I don't want to take a creature because of the push, I can just take it with Annex. Do I want to take the ramp spell? Do I care about this ramp spell? I guess I do. I don't care about this Gifted Aetherborn. Because like on the like this is like kind of like the conservative thinking. If I take the Lily and then I cast the rest next turn and they don't draw anything, then like my duress is kind of dead. So like me taking this card means that my duress has a guaranteed hit, and I might just do that. So I'm just gonna do that. And then I the reason why, so I actually test a lot of mono black off stream, and the reason why I hate mono black is because of this card. This card just is so anemic and doesn't really do anything. It's not. I'm just not a fan. Like I low key wouldn't mind just ignoring it with Fatal Push, but just having the battlefield clear would be pretty nice. Fuck my life. The only thing going for us is the fact that I'm gonna not play the Midrange yet. I'm gonna do this. Still probably not gonna play Midrange. I could go Raven Eagle. Damn it! Well, they know about my Vault. So, okay, they don't have Fatal Push. This could be one of those Annex games, I guess. I'm gonna take 4. So I guess I just animate this. I don't attack, I don't think. I'm not in a position to... God, the Annex top deck was so good for them. Holy cow. That Thoughtseize is not great. I wonder if they'll... They shouldn't make the Demon token. They know about my Shieldred's Edict. Okay. Okay. So did they draw... They did not draw Fatal Push. This is the thing about Arena that I don't really like is... there's like a lot of tells like in paper, like it's kind of like nitpicky, but I don't like how it's like, okay, now they obviously don't have Fatal Push versus like in paper or moto, like this wouldn't really be a thing. Gonna make a demon. Go to 6. Okay, so if they don't make a demon here, I can just abrupt decay it, but that's not gonna happen. Okay. They have the Mutavault. I can decay the demon. Thoughtseize, attack. I go down to 4. Yeah, I don't think I attack with the Mutavault here. So I just do that. The thing is, like, do I want to Thoughtseize? I go up to 6. I think so. Take the Invoke Despair. I think that was a clutch draw. I guess I should have Thoughtseize first. Okay. My Raven Eagle, no! So I go to 1. Okay. Can I not attack here? Maybe I'm in a spot where I can't attack anymore. Yeah. Go 3. I think I'm in a spot where I can't attack anymore. I think I have to hold the throat for... Go for the throat. Okay, go 3. They're playing talking to him as a land. That's scary. Quite scary. Duress. I think I'm dead. I am dead. Are they? Okay. Unfortunate. Their edX just like took over the game, which was unfortunate for sure. So the duress doesn't do anything. So we need to draw a demon or we die. Just unfortunate. That field of ruin was very good for... Oh, they're not attacking. Oh, I'm dead anyway. I am dead anyway. Okay. Pretty easy sideboarding against mono black. I just board in the Book Despairs and board out the duresses. Pretty easy. Let me actually look up. Kind of got distracted. We were talking about how expensive the Just Sky Ruler deck is. I was gonna look up how much it was. Where you look from bed, for sure. Faux show. Oh, Jeskai Blink is the #1 deck in the format now? I did not know that. That's kind of crazy. $1,000. Hey, let's hit our land drops, please. Oh, play an Annex, please. Yes! Thank you. That's clutch. How about a land? Thank you very much. I'll play the Glissa before the Annex, I think. I kind of want to... the thing about Pioneer is you definitely want to be ahead on the battlefield. I think it's a lot more battlefield-centric, that's for sure. If they go block plus push, I am very happy with that exchange. Because now it's like, imagine if I just played the Annex and I'm just like so behind. Yeah, they're gonna push. This is such a crazy turn because like they 2-for-1 themselves, and I have an Annex going. The thing about those, I definitely need help. That was what I was scared of. Catch up. If they have another one, they have another one. play a shield red. Just play a shield red. Crazy. Double invoke despair is crazy. Good catch up card. But we're already at 7 life now. I think I have to play this death calculator in case they just like push and attack with me to vault. Like my life total is definitely important here. Sure. We're definitely in a defensive position now. They totally sequenced that wrong. They could have eaten the other trespasser. I just got to land. They have 4 cards in hand. We're probably losing this game. If they're spending a throat on my Dread Knight, that's kind of wild. Are they just going to attack with this Mutavault? I'm running out of life to Dread Knight here. I will push this. They're thinking about fielder ruining my hive. Okay. Interesting sequencing. Interesting sequencing. I think I need to do this first. That was a good draw. I love this card so much. I love Dread Knight. This is why this card's so much better than fucking Gifted Aetherborn out of all things. If they draw another Invoke Despair, we're just dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Take 3. I'm gonna play the card that is way more threatening. This Thoughtseize is pretty dead now. Oh my god. They cast 3 Invoke Despairs. Man. Interesting. We're gonna mulligan this. Alright. Need to get a little lucky, but Arena is not treating us well today. It's kind of how it goes sometimes. It's against Rakdos this time. Okay. How about a black source? Black source. Oh, we're going to. If we had lands that game, it would have been worth going just because we can dress one of the annexes and get a Glissa going. And if they don't have anything, then the Glissa can answer their annex, and then we're basically at parity. But since I literally cannot hit my land drops today, that went from a probably like a 30% chance of winning that game, or at least like having a chance to like basically zero. So yeah, I've been mulliganing a lot, and that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. It's just how it goes sometimes. Depending on what they play on turn one, it'll depend on which 2-drop I play. If they just like shock on a Blood Crypt, I'm definitely playing Dread Knight. Part-time comics, welcome. So with the Blackcleave Cliffs up, the wrong play 1000% is to play the Blade because it just cleanly answers it. The real question is do I play Dread Knight or Dread Whispers? If I go Dread Whispers, then like we're not really committing to the battlefield. If I play the Dread Knight, I kind of have to Dread Whispers next turn. I'm like priced into it, which I think I'm okay with. Oh, did you change your username? Oh, why did you change your username? Welcome back. Welcome back. Long time no see. I guess I also just haven't been streaming too. This is fine. Discard Invoke Despair. So that's a sign that they don't have lands. Duress does nothing. Easy Annex take, I guess. Oh, fuck my life. I played the wrong land. Oh my god. That's terrible. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. I could have Dread Whispers. Oh, that's just like me not paying attention and just like being distracted. Damn it. They just got a land. They have Delirium. Well, that Urborg would have been nice on my turn. If I had access to that on my turn. That would have been really helpful, low-key. But, you know, it is what it is. How do I get out of this game? Another slasher. If they don't have anything, I mean, they do have the Fable Fear of Missing Out combo going next turn. Okay. Okay. My children, no. Life is crazy? Oh no. Is it with work or what's going on? So they're digging. Digging. What are these games, man? How are we winning these games? I don't understand. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how I'm winning these games. But life is crazy for myself too. That's why I haven't been able to stream much. It's a lot of work. So it's just been like really tough to play Magic in general for one. That in itself is a challenge. So then like it's why I've only really been able to play Pioneer. I haven't really been able to play Modern. Just because like I could play this on my phone. I can play Pioneer on my phone and it's like great. Versus like Modern, I have to like pull up like boot up Moto and like be able to sit down, play a league. Like that's like what the best thing about Arena is like I could just play a daily, like I could just play a match and it's like fine. They're scared of my slasher, huh? Another Thoughtseize. Wow. So if they slam an annex here, they don't slam an annex. Oh. Nice low 2 for 1. They're ignoring my Raven Eagle. Nice. Oh man, this is so cool. This is pretty cool. Another one. This is pretty cool. The 2 power, again, is a little anemic, but the value that we have here is pretty cool. Okay. On my upkeep. How do I hold priority? So I just press shift, full control. Thank you. Activate. So I have revolt now. I will kill this Shieldred. Crack a clue. Draw for turn. Drain for 2. Attack. Kill your... Isn't this great? Isn't this card so good? This is all I've ever wanted. Isn't this fantastic? Oh, there's no more creatures though. I guess I could Thoughtseize. Take a creature that they probably would have casted. That's sad. A push. Do I just go maximum all in on Eagle? I'll play Glissa here. I think Glissa's a little bit better. Raven Eagle. Raven Eagle. At least I got good data. Opponent is officially tilting off now. I'm losing to a fucking Glissa Sunslayer. If they have push plus Mutavault, that's fine. Sure. Oh, I have to go to the second main. Apologies. I could just slam a ritual chamber here. I think that's probably best. It just means I have lethal next turn. They need exactly Invoke Despair. Raven Eagle. Raven Eagle. If you just joined, you need to go back and watch that match. Like Raven and Eagle was just like so good in that game. Just to generate data. The caveat is like I'm not like entirely convinced that the Raven Eagle makes the cut, but it has spots where it's just like it just does so much. Like I cracked a clue and killed a shielder with Fatal Push. I think that's like so good. Basic Plains. Basic Plains. Oh, they kept a one-lander. Raven Eagle Dance. That's funny. Do I have to shock this in? I have a green source, I guess, on tap, so. Raven Eagle. Caw, bitch! Caw! I think I pushed the aspirant. Attack. Eat the aspirant. Get all the cards. Play slasher. Pass. All the clues. Give me all the clues. Okay. No blocks. Are they likely to block here? I guess they are likely to block, huh? They might not. Eh. I want them to block just like I don't really care about that life. Wow. Go to 7. Go to 6. Caca! Caca! Sure. No targets. They're stuck on one land. We know how that feels. we went through the exact same thing. Trim a couple here, trim a couple there. Trim the Shieldred's Edict. Do I just cut the Raven Eagles in this spot? I guess so. Do I cut the Raven Eagles in this spot? Kind of sucks that I'm boarding out the card that I'm testing, but I don't think it's that good in this game. I think Slasher and Glissa is just better in this. Like you wanna commit threats to the battlefield that are gonna be good on the battlefield, and I think Blade is a 2-drop, which kind of wins over the 3-drops, especially in the draw. I do keep 4 Thoughtseize against humans, especially on the draw, because like cards like Adeline and the card that gives everything protection are cards that you definitely want to Thoughtseize away. So I keep 4. If anything, the card that I'd want to cut all is maybe the Unholy Annex. I like keeping 2 post-board though. Why? I don't think Thoughtseize is just such an efficient interaction spell. I don't think I brought out Thoughtseize against any deck except Mono Red. And even then I keep in 2. There's not a single match where I brought out all 4 Thoughtseize. I have them all in that hand. I will bottom this. It's just like Annex is a card that like you just can't be flooded with, because that's how you just lose the game. Because if your hand is like just full of annexes, then you just kind of just then you're not interacting with the battlefield or your opponent. That's how you just instantly lose the game. I feel like we can ignore the Warden for now. Thoughtseize. Yikes. play cup. The cup fixes all problems. Is that the moral of the story here, Nineball? The cup fixes everything. Anything and everything. That's rough. That's rough. They topped. They topped. Portable Hole is kind of an interesting post-board inclusion. And Holy Annex. I'll Throat first here. If they had the protection spell, I'm just gonna... Okay. I feel like I kind of have to hold back, as bad as that feels. I could also just, like, remove the counters. I don't want to take 4. I think I just have to hold back. That's fine with me. Oh, they have the portable hole. What am I doing? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so bad. I forgot about that portable hole. Why do they keep a portable hole? That's such a stupid sidebar move. God damn it. Who's bad at this game? It's me. Who am I? I don't know why they did that. I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. If I didn't play Annex, I just Dread Whispers and the Dread Knight. I don't think that would have done anything anyway. But I'm just playing too fast. Playing too fast. Who needs to slow down? The streamer. Well, I'm on the play, so that should be really helpful. Especially with a bunch of sweepers in my hand. All the sweepers. Just give me lands. Just give me lands, please. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you, please give me lands. Arena Shuffler? Yeah, one job today. One job. One job. Opponent? Opponent? Please. If I don't draw... I kind of want to lead on Dread Whispers here. Maybe not. That seems pretty good. Okay. Please give me a land. Please give me a land. I don't want to miss my land drops, please. Fuck my life, please. We're probably dead. Please. Please. Yeah. I wish I had a Fatal Push in my hand. That would have been great. Okay. So saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. For the love of Jesus, give me an untapped land. Give me an untapped land. Please. Please. I'm gonna play Culling Ritual, I think, here. Fuck me. Fuck. I need a block with Mutavault. Oh, I can activate this too. They don't attack with everything? Why? If there is a Jesus, I have Death Calculator on top of my deck. I I am agnostic, but now I'm changing my mind. Oh my god. I'm 1 mana short from. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I think I'm gonna play it safe here. I don't want them to go like portable hole plus some way to like pump, double pump, and then I die. I think now's the turn I can start attacking, especially with the go for a third in my hand. Okay. They attack. Interesting. Is this an Agonjo? Sure, that's fine. Game over. I was at 1 life, wasn't I? That's why I didn't cast the Dread Knight. I was at 1 life, I'm pretty sure. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I think that'll do it for me. Do want to talk about the deck, but let me double check. I don't know if you're trolling me, Brito, or if you're serious. I'm pretty sure I was at 1 life, which is why I didn't cast the Dread Knight. But I do want to double check that I didn't just like goof. Then I was at 1. I'm like fairly certain. Oh, for sure. Okay. That last match was like a huge roller coaster of emotions for sure. Let's open some avatar packs first. Shall we? I'll do it after stream. Let me actually talk about the deck first. But yeah, I think Raven Eagle showed a lot of promise in that match against Rakdos. I think if you're expecting a lot of Phoenix and Rakdos, which I think that's where the meta is right now, like the top tables, I guess. I think Raven Eagle is has a lot of text against both. It's Graveyard Hate against Phoenix. I think that one match against Rakdos did everything we wanted to. It was Graveyard Hate. It drained for 1. It cracked a clue, drew a card, triggered revolt, and attacked for 2 in the air. So everything that I wanted out of Raven Eagle, it did in that one match. I think it's just awkward where you have the situations where there's nothing in the graveyard. So then you just have this 3-minute 2/3 that doesn't really do anything. So this is definitely one of those high ceiling, low floor type cards. Where if if their opponent isn't doing anything in the graveyard or using their graveyard and they aren't playing any creatures, so that's where you aren't able to make any clues or anything. That's where Raven Eagle is kind of awkward. That being said, like we were able to like generate four clues at one game. There are spots where like we had annex plus eagle going, and that's where like if we didn't have a demon, we would still be able to drain. We would still drain for one. And sometimes like when you play annex, you just kind of want to like keep chipping at your opponent's life total. You could do that with eagle, even though you're losing life, your opponent's also losing life, and that's kind of what's important. Sometimes you kind of want to like chip at your opponent's life. So again, this card does a lot. I really like this card. I think the sideboard I'm mostly happy with. There's cards I was testing like Scrap Shooter in like the previous video, and I think like Invoke Despair is such a powerful card that like I don't think you can afford the double green and making the changes in the mana base to accommodate it. So I think just in the sideboard, I think going like Bile I think I really like so far, especially against Phoenix. Terra Sunder, I think, is a really good catch-all. Invoke Despair, like I mentioned, is really good. The Sweepers and Extinction Event and Culling Ritual, as well as the one of Meat Hook Massacre for Sacrifice, I've really liked. So the cards that I'm like kind of unsure about are the Damping Spears and the Ashocks. The Damping Spears have been pretty good, just against all the Lotus Field type decks like Amulet, or just even stuff like randomly like Mono Green that still pops up, and like the Blue White Lotus control. So like I always like having the Damping Spears in my sideboard, but they could definitely be something else. I think it's just personally I just don't want to lose those decks. And then Ashok is a card that specifically because we have like Bile now, we can like Bile a Phoenix and then exile with Ashok. But Ashok is also versatile against the Scape Shift Amulet deck, and that's why I have Ashok, is specifically because I want to hit Phoenix and that deck as well. But I can see the Diving Spear and the Ashocks being other things. If it wanted to be like unlicensed Hearse, it could be that. But specifically against like Phoenix, since I'm boarding Culling Rituals now just to tag all of their enchantments that are really good, having a Hearse in play and then casting a Culling Ritual gets kind of awkward, which is why I picked Ashok as my graveyard hate of choice. But overall, hopefully I got some good data. At least I got data for myself, but hopefully for those who are watching, interested in Pioneer, interested in Black and Rock, hopefully you got a good idea of how the deck works if this is your first time watching the deck, as well as like how this new card performed in Raven Eagle. This card was very, very good. So we'll see how it goes in my further testing. I'll try to be back sometime this weekend or next week. I'm not sure if I'll jam this 75 again just to get more data on Raven Eagle. I think the past few days Raven Eagle has been like mid for me, and then like today Raven Eagle was like insane. So it's kind of nice to see the range of like what you expect from a new card, right? Because I think when you see a new card, you like glass half empty, glass half full, you like think, oh, this card's gonna be amazing, it can do all this and that, which is what I was saying, right? Like you could trigger a Volt, you could crack a clue, you draw a card, you could attack for 2 in the air, this and that, and it's like, but does it actually happen in like on paper, like in real practice? And I think that showed that we are actually able to do it against Rakdos, but is it consistent? And that's where like you need more data and you just need to jam more games. But again, if you want to support the channel, please hit that follow button, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, all that good stuff. I hope to catch you everyone next time. Take care. Bye.